Katniss Rose. Welcome back to my channel. We are getting closer and closer to Halloween. We are now less than 1 week away. So I am both getting excited and sentimental at the same time. I absolutely love Halloween and I enjoy the spooky season. However, as we all know, this year's been a little different. So while I wish I were at the parks and being able to go to the Halloween party, it just isn't reality this year. So we are going to go over a little bit more information on the Halloween party so I can get a little bit of my fix in, reminisce on those days. Now, before we dive into the topic further, one thing I wanted to state is that all of this information is based on previous years for Oogie Boogie Bash and the Halloween party. Keep in mind that things can change for the upcoming years. Make sure to stay on top of all of the news and any information Disney releases on their parties, just to make sure that you have all of the information. Now, the first part of Oogie Boogie Bash is obviously the tickets, because without a ticket, you are not able to attend the party. Now, previous years, the tickets have gone on sale pretty early in the year, in the first quarter, somewhere around maybe February to April, if I had to guesstimate. Just in case those tickets do go on sale next year, preemptively, I wanted to put this video together for you in order to get this information to you, because I feel it is really important, especially Oogie Boogie Bash tends to sell out pretty quickly. They start usually around mid-September and then go all the way up until Halloween. So almost all of the tickets do typically sell out, so the sooner you buy them, the better chances you have of being able to get the days that you want. I typically go at the end of September because the tickets are a little cheaper. It's usually around $10 cheaper, maybe $20 if you go in September as opposed to October. And for me, it tends to be a kickoff to the Halloween season, so I really like to go at the end of September. So while the tickets can sell out for the Halloween party, sometimes Disney will release more tickets closer to the holiday. However, I do not recommend relying on this because it can obviously change. So if you really want to guarantee being able to attend the party, make sure to get your tickets early. So once you have your ticket, the next thing you can do to prepare is, if you want to, you can wear a Halloween costume. Now, the exciting thing about Oogie Boogie Bash is it is a time where adults can actually wear Halloween costumes. However, there are some regulations. So again, make sure to go on Disney's website, read all of the rules to make sure that your costume fits within the guidelines. Some of the main guidelines are no weapons, no capes or dresses to the floor, and no masks. Those, I'd say, are the main ones, but there are other rules as well. So again, read all of those and make sure that your costume falls within those guidelines, because the worst thing is to be at the party and have to be turned around because of something in your costume that doesn't meet the regulations, and you may have to go all the way back to your car, which means going through security again, and it could potentially add an hour or two to you getting into the parks. So now we're going to dive into tips and recommendations for the day of your Oogie Boogie Bash party. So you obviously already have your ticket, and that allows you entrance into Disney California Adventure a few hours early. I recommend getting there as soon as you can, if not even a little bit before you're allowed into Disney California Adventure. You can even get there a couple hours early and, have a late lunch in downtown Disney. The longer you wait, the longer those security lines are going to be, and also the lines into the park as well. The sooner you get through all of that, the sooner you can relax and enjoy yourself. Hopefully you're able to take advantage of the extra time in Disney California Adventure. You can grab some food, grab some snacks, get a lay of the land, kind of figure out, if you haven't already, where you want to go and what you want to prioritize, because there's a lot of amazing experiences and things to do during Oogie Boogie Bash, and at least if you're like me, you want to take advantage of it all. So kind of figure out what's most important to you, make sure to hit those as soon as you can, and then just start to keep continuing to cross off things on your list. So hopefully this video will give you some ideas on how best to plan that as we continue along with these tips and recommendations. So it's the night of the party, you're already in the parks. There are 4 things that I recommend prioritizing throughout the night. They are Villains Grove, the parade, the Villainous World of Color, show, and finally the interactive treat trails. So obviously these things can change for the next time we experience Oogie Boogie Bash, and there may also be some new things. It is entirely possible, but this is all based on previous information. Now, right as the party starts, the first thing I recommend doing is getting in line for Villains Grove. Redwood Creek Challenge Trail is completely transformed after sunset into Villains Grove. The villains completely take over. We have music, effects, sounds, and projections. It is really an amazing experience. I know I might be saying some of these words a few times, but it really blew me away last year, and I highly recommend attending it if you do get the chance to go to Oogie Boogie Bash. Personally, I recommend tackling Villains Grove at the beginning of the night. Right when the party starts, get in line. You may have to wait a little bit more up front, but there isn't a lot of other things going on just yet, so you can spend a little bit more time waiting in line and then have the rest of the night to tackle everything else on your list. Another big item to prioritize for the night, if you do choose, is the parade. Personally, I love the parade, and it is also something I prioritize throughout the night. There are 2 showings of the parade. I recommend attending the second one because a lot of families are attending the first one so they can get the kids home at a decent hour. So the second one is usually a little easier to attend. Now, I also recommend getting there early, at least a half hour, if not an hour, because a lot of those front row seats will fill up fast. So it is another thing to prioritize and also gives you a chance to relax. If you are there with multiple people, one person can run and grab food and drinks, so you can get a little refreshment while you wait and watch the parade. The parade is a lot of fun. We have Nightmare Before Christmas, Haunted Mansion theming, and of course the villains. The music is great. I really enjoy the music of the parade, and obviously the choreography is amazing. It is also one of the few times that you can see the Haunted Mansion ballroom dancers out performing, and then also they have the grave diggers as well, and they do some fun choreography with shovels. So again, I highly recommend attending the parade if you get the chance as well. Now, the third big themed item is the Villainous World of Color. For this, there is only 1 showing at the end of the night. Again, get there early if you want to get good seats. But this was a new thing for Oogie Boogie Bash because obviously when it was in Disneyland, they couldn't do the fireworks show, so they were able to do a themed World of Color show instead. I thought it was really cute and really well done, and it incorporated a new character and a new storyline, and it kind of gave some of the villains a little time to shine. So if you are able to make it to the end of the night, again, it's another thing I recommend prioritizing if you like, or other people will take that time to hit some of the treat trails as well. So that brings us to the next topic, which is treat trails. Normally, I wouldn't prioritize treat trails too much. However, Oogie Boogie Bash brought us themed interactive treat trails, which is something, to my knowledge, had never been done before, and it was absolutely amazing because we were actually able to interact with some villain characters while going through these treat trails. The interactive treat trails that we got were Maleficent, the Evil Queen, the Mad Hatter live action version, Dr. Facilier, and Oogie Boogie. The interactive treat trails are dispersed throughout the lands a little bit, so I would recommend crossing them off as you get the chance. Don't try to tackle them all at once because you'll spend a lot of time running around. Now, there are also other character meet and greets. If that is something you're interested in, make sure to do research ahead of time, figure out which characters are going to be where. Some areas the characters will switch out, so if you do get in line, try to talk to the cast members really nicely if you can, and kind of figure out which characters may be there by the time you get to the front of the line. You don't want to spend a lot of time in line and have the characters rotate out to a different set that you're not as interested in. So kind of prioritize and kind of figure out that timing if you do get the chance. So that's all the tips and recommendations I have on the treat trails, and then also a little bonus of the character meet and greets as well. Now, those are the main things to prioritize throughout the night. However, I do have a few other tips and recommendations for your Oogie Boogie Bash party. If you are an annual pass holder, make sure to look up ahead of time if there will be an annual pass holder exclusive tree trail. There has been in the past for previous years, so hopefully that's something that they continue to do. And usually it involves some sort of gift. Last year it was a magnet, which is really cool. Make sure to kind of figure that out ahead of time, or you can ask cast members when you do get there. But I highly recommend taking advantage of that while you can, because there is no additional cost to that. It's just a perk of being an annual pass holder. And then one final big recommendation I have is just to enjoy yourself and immerse yourself in the ambiance. There is some themed music, so take some time, enjoy that. There's projections on Carthay Circle, so I also recommend take some time and watch those because they are really cool and you won't see that music or those projections anywhere else, so definitely take advantage of it. So that's all I have for the tips and recommendations. The main thing is to go, have fun, enjoy yourself, have a plan, but also leave some room for some spontaneity as well. It is a paid experience, but it is a fun experience, and you want to make sure that you get the most value for that. So hopefully you do get the chance to go to Oogie Boogie Bash in the future. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. And if you've attended the party before, let me know what your favorite part was. And you're also welcome to message me on Instagram as well. The handle is the same as it is on YouTube. Now I have one more video planned for the end of the month. And until then, have a magical day, but I'll see you again soon. Bye.